is a quick, candid conversation I'm going to do. It's not going to be as long as the normal one. I just want to talk because here we are in December. There are things coming out right now. For example, a week ago, I believe, there was a radio station in Cleveland that has banned playing the song "Baby It's Cold Outside" from their radio. That is a Christmas classic that was recorded or written, I think, in 1944, was originally written. And the reason they have taken that out is because it goes against the Me Too movement. It is said to have sexual harassment in it because there is the question that the girl asked, "What's in this drink?" implying that the man is drugging her. And then there's also the statement, "Baby, don't hold back," implying that the man is raping her. First off, that was 1944. I mean, come on. "Don't hold back" was not rape. It wasn't that back then. And also, we neglected to mention the fact that she gets all this wealth from this guy, the diamonds and these gifts. I mean, let's face it, any kind of relationship between a man and a woman that is not marriage, for the most part, it's just like prostitution. It's not legal prostitution. The difference between prostitution and a relationship, casual sex relationship today, is that the woman doesn't stand on the street corner. Pretty much that's the only difference. I mean, if the man pays for these things for the woman, pays for her dinner, pays for the movie, pays for everything, then she has sex with him because, you know, that's sort of the unwritten rule. If you pay for an expensive steak dinner or a lobster dinner, something really expensive at a nice restaurant, well, then she's going to sleep with him. That's the casual sex type of thing today. I'm not saying that's right, but I'm saying that's just how it is. It's a this for that type thing. And so that's what's going on in that. It's not sexual harassment. But then there was another radio station, or somebody was talking about the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Some radio station or somebody was banning that song because that's supposed to be bullying. Again, that's not what that is. That's I was picked on like Rudolph was as a kid. I see that sort of as Revenge of the Nerds, where Rudolph is made fun of because he's different, and then we see a special talent that he has. I don't see any bullying in there. I mean, they bullied him in the sense that they made fun of him, but kids do that all the time today. Then there was an article today, Fox News reported that some liberal organization in California has said that VeggieTales is racist. VeggieTales is a Christian cartoon that's been around for 20 years now. There's no racist. There's cucumbers and tomatoes. They're all vegetables. There isn't white, black, Hispanic, whatever. There aren't any races in that. And I thought it was funny that the article mentioned these people at this council in California who says the VeggieTales is racist, was referring to that it's all about the white race and about how it promotes the whiteness of the Bible. That's an actual quote, whiteness of the Bible. It shows they hadn't even read the Bible, because Jesus was a Jew. Moses was a Jew. Paul was a Jew. Pretty much everybody in the Bible is a Jew. God specifically elevates the Jewish race above all other races. So you can make an argument that the Bible is racist, but it's in favor of the Jews. It's not in favor of the white people. So that shows the craziness of that. But the reason I wanted to mention that, not just to really show you some interesting stories and how crazy the world is, but the reason I mention these is it shows how our society is very religious. You see, when I was growing up, our society was religious, but predominantly it was the Christian religion. And the Christian religion, which I call churchianity, really isn't based on the Bible. It's just some loose belief in a supreme being. It's really Masonic is what a lot of it is. It's a loose belief in a supreme being. Oh, sure, they call him the Lord Jesus Christ. Sure, they believe in Jesus on the cross, but not really. All it is a religion based upon the Bible, because that's the religion that people were following back when I was growing up, for the most part, in the United States. And so it's based on that, really just to dumb down the masses, to keep the Masons and the Illuminati and these groups, and I won't go into the history of all this, but basically they established a generic form of Christianity in America to keep the different groups from warring against each other, and not any really deeply held beliefs, so that they could continue their economic power over the people of America. So the dumb masses will follow this generic form of Christianity, while the Masons worship Satan. Pretty much the high-ranking Masons. Third-degree Masons don't know anything about that. You got to get it at least to the Scottish Rite, 33rd degree and up, which, by the way, there are other degrees above 33, all the way up to 360. But anyway, that's a different topic for a different time. But basically, it was all about dumbing down the masses. And so when there were, Baby It's Cold Outside is not a Christian Christmas song. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is not a Christian Christmas song. But yet, because churchianity followed this generic form of Christianity, we allowed these secular Christmas songs to be sung, and they were very popular in this society. And that's why Baby It's Cold Outside's lasted 70-some years. And I don't know how long Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, probably a similar length, maybe. I think Gene Autry recorded that in the 50s, so at least 60, 65 years since that song's been around. And it continues. But what it shows now, the fact that, well, we're anti-bullying, so we're going to get rid of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We're anti-sexual harassment, so we're going to get rid of Baby It's Cold Outside. What that's doing is it's showing that the generic form of religion in America now isn't the generic form of Christianity found in churches. It has been replaced by atheism's religion, which is whatever they want. Basically, atheism believes there is no God, and so then they follow humanism, which is the belief that man is God. Now, loose translation of that is that man is God, and so man gets to make the rules. There is no good or evil. It's all based upon what I define as good or evil, because I am God now, so I make the rules. So before, bullying was something that we really didn't pay much attention to. I was hit, I was picked on as a kid. I was a little goody two-shoes growing up, because I was trying to obey the rules of my legalistic church, and I was picked on very tremendously by the people that, by the way, went to a Baptist church, because the kids didn't really want to follow those rules. And so I was picked on, teacher's pet, all this stuff. There were people known as bullies. You look at the movie called A Christmas Story. There's bullies in that. By the way, there was an article recently on that was not a good Christmas movie. Pretty much anything that was popular or seen as good, wholesome, not really religious or Christian, but at least wholesome Christmas stuff is just being thrown by the wayside now. And what it shows is that now, like I said, growing up, I was bullied, but there was no movement against bullies. They were just there. That's just how it happened. And so, but now there's a movement against it. Sexual harassment. Now, I'm sure there's tons of sexual harassment. You look at an office environment in the 70s, I mean, it was pretty much taken for granted that there would be some sexual harassment of the secretary by the boss. But there wasn't a movement against it. Not saying that bullying or sexual harassment is okay, because it's not. But the point is now, because man makes the rules in this humanism or secularism form of what we're in a form of atheism, that now man can start these movements that are completely unrelated to the Bible and just decide these are causes that we need to stand up for. And I just mentioned the Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer and Baby It's Cold Outside being banned. Not that they're great moral songs that we as Christians should sing, far be it from the truth. But the point is it shows how dogmatic the humanism and me setting the rules, or not me, but humans setting the rules, is. It shows how dogmatic that is. The Christian form was just this generic form of Christianity that was watered down. People weren't saved. They were just going to church to appease the masses. And so they didn't really care. So Baby It's Cold Outside has some lyrics that aren't good. We don't care. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, we don't care. Oh, Christmas tree, it's a pagan symbol, we sing about that. Christians will sing it, we don't care. But atheism, and humanism, their beliefs, they are so dogmatic that any song that goes against them is being banned. And the reason I mention this is because, that's how I am as a Bible believer. As a Bible believer, I'm very careful about what I listen to. I watch very little live television other than sports, because sports and the weather in the morning, that's about all I ever watch on live television, because it's just so vile. It's just so much bad stuff out there in our society that I don't want to see. It's a reflection of how bad the society has gotten. And so I avoid that. But the generic form of Christianity goes right along with it. But you notice that the dogmatic form of belief today isn't Bible believers. It's humanism. It's these movements against sexual harassment, against bullying, against whatever. And I mean, those are good things. We shouldn't be bullying. We shouldn't be sexually harassing. But to be so dogmatic about it that we get rid of songs, whereas the generic form of Christianity never did that, what it shows is that what's going on today, that people will say, oh, well, we don't believe in God, and we just follow, we don't have to follow any morals. We just follow our rules. But it shows that they have created their own religion, and they are dogmatic about it, such that little innocent song, Baby It's Cold Outside, that's lasted 70-some years, has no place at the Cleveland radio station. And Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, an innocent little children's song, innocent meaning it's not morally wrong, although it's not really a Christian song, but it's not morally wrong, and it's lasted 60-some years. We can't have that. So just to show you, this is just a little video. I mean, I'm done with it. Just wanted to show you how those little things that have come up and keep coming up today are just signs of how the humanism form of religion, the atheism religion of humanism, where man creates his own morals and creates his own rules, has taken over our society, and they're so dogmatic about it that they are intolerant of anything else. Thanks for watching.